And we're live! Hello and welcome to the 133rd episode of Hex Therapy Live. I'm your host, Maddie ALLin, and we've got a great show for you tonight. Go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. The topic tonight is I did a survey of over 4,000 people on Twitter in the past 24 hours, and I'm going to tell you what percentage of people believe in PulseChain, and more importantly, why I believe in PulseChain and why I think it makes sense to believe in PulseChain, especially at this moment in time. Also, there's so much cool stuff that's going to be happening in the next week or two. I really want to keep you updated on everything that's going on in the RH ecosystem. You might not be able to tell by the price that we have such a bright future. So put your sunglasses on. Welcome to Hex Therapy Live.
It's from Maddie ALLin of Hex Therapy Live. I like Maddie. Maddie tries to make the world a healthier place. He's a mental health professional. He's done research. Big videos on sudden wealth syndrome. There's nothing that a human being can do better than try and heal his fellow man. Maddie ALLin's got that covered. Does emotional, feel-good, mind management, emotion stuff like as his gig because he's a therapist. That's what he does for a living. Like he helps heal people.
In the intro, it says I help heal people, and that's certainly something that I did in my 7 years working as a therapist. Now I'm starting to offer something different than therapy. That's coaching. And so that's really, really exciting to me because I miss helping people. I miss working with people on their behavior change. And so I'm going to share really quickly a shameless plug here for my new website that I put up called ifthen.coach. Who knew that there was a domain name called .coach? I asked ChatGPT if that was a cool name, right? Because if then is a form of logical statements. And I really like this idea that behavior change and improving yourself and becoming the best version of yourself possible, that can be something that's as simple as learning the logical steps and making behavior change easy for you, working on tiny habits that build into gigantic, awesome behavior change. So this is obviously something I'm really passionate about. It's something that I'm bringing to the cryptocurrency world through my product Time Pays Me, which should be out in about a week and a half. We're in audit. This is another super exciting thing that I have to share with you that we'll dive into more deeply. But here I've got my new blog post there on maddieallin.medium.com. Or you can go to ifthen.coach, and I'm calling it longevity coaching because I think that when you master your ability to change your behaviors, or maybe you've got a family member or a friend who needs coaching, this is something that allows you to live longer. So it kind of fits with all the themes of being time locked and paying your future self and learning how to become the best version of yourself possible. So I'm only going to have 24 spots available. And I have a feeling based on what people have already been telling me that those spots will fill up pretty fast. And I'll just go through here really quick. Welcome to the timeline where you become your best self. Living longer requires healthy choices today, but without the proper coaching, changing behavior can be extremely difficult for most people. And then this coaching is designed to give you individual skills and group experiences that cause you to take steps towards becoming and staying your best self. I've got a phone number and a Telegram. And I have been really clear with people down at the bottom. Don't send money to an imposter, scammer. You have to read the details here very, very closely. Now, most people never get to see the benefits of being truly in control of their own behavior change. And so learning how to choose your people, places, and schedules makes becoming the best version of yourself more maintainable. Getting in control of your future self is truly unbelievable which is why you deserve to experience it for yourself. And I even have my own personal stories of working on my own behavior change, also working with hundreds of clients who were court ordered to quit drugs, and everything that I learned from them and being able to practice what I preach really allowed me to understand people's motivation and the way that people are able to improve themselves. I can honestly say it's that behavior change is not only my passion, but it's the most rewarding and hopeful activity that I've ever done. Once you prove to yourself that you can change things you didn't think you could change, it gives you a lot of hope for humanity as well. My favorite AA quote that speaks to human motivation is move your feet and your mind will follow. I think too often people think that, hey, maybe I have to wait to be motivated in order to lose weight or eat right or start, taking the right vitamins, all that good kind of stuff. Maybe it's managing your emotions better. Maybe it's starting a business. Maybe it's learning how to get along with others, make new friends. Like there's tons of skills that I've taught in therapy that I'm now bringing to this practice of coaching. And it should be said that this is not therapy because there are only certain circumstances where that's allowed to be offered, and doing something where I can work with people all over the world, that's not an option. But luckily, I've also heard the feedback that people say that the idea of coaching is much, much less scary to them than the idea of therapy. What types of behaviors do you want to change? Sudden wealth syndrome, stress management, family or relationship skills, feeling down or controlling your mood, understanding addiction, quitting tobacco, alcohol, or other drug use, identifying market emotions or trading addiction, getting better sleep and focus, mindfulness and self-esteem, adjusting your weight, exercising, eating better, etc. You get to choose whatever the behavior changes that you want. As long as it's ethical, I'm down to help you. As a therapist, I help people change all kinds of difficult behaviors. And as a longevity coach, I'll be drawing from these successes. So I've got a sample coaching schedule that occurs in a private setting, live and online. Think like Zoom or StreamYard. And here's an outline of 12 weeks of individual and group coaching combined. Individual is 30 minutes every other week, and then group is 2 hours per week. And so you would be setting goals, you would be figuring out what the expectations are for your behavior change, you would evaluate the goal progress and do individual problem solving in the individual sessions. And then in the group sessions, you are learning tiny habits, scheduling, putting your problem solving where it needs to be, learning how to use Time Pays Me. That's a tool that you want to use. Lots of cool stuff. So I'm also pretty proud of like how affordable I got to make it. I know that it's not right for everybody. I make a lot of free content, so not everybody is going to be interested in paying. However, I love this deal of being able to do a 12-week program with people for $999, which comes out to $37 an hour if you include the individual and the group therapy. So if you're interested, you can. Now, the only two ways to contact me about this are going to be to direct message me on Telegram at MATI ALLin, t.me/Matty ALLin, or text 904-567-6698. And if you're getting spam blocked, then use both of those means to contact me. And then the only address you're ever sending money to when you're doing something like one of my meetups, you're paying in crypto for t-shirts, hats, that kind of stuff, you're always using Matty.eth, MATI.eth, and that address ends in CAF. So I said, beware imposters messaging you on Telegram. Only communicate with the official Matty ALLin. I will never DM you first. No payment links in the DM. I don't have like a Venmo or a PayPal or a Cash App where I'm asking you to send me. I don't use any other addresses than Maddie.eth. I can't give coaching to people who send money to the wrong place. I might do credit card payments in the future, and then the terms and conditions are specified there. So I'm really excited to be being able to offer this because I really missed helping people and doing this type of work. So that is the first thing I had up. The second topic that I have here before I get to answering questions here in the chat, my screen didn't change. There's so much cool stuff I have to announce today. I'm excited. Here we go. So the question was that I asked on Twitter just yesterday, do you still believe in PulseChain? And the interesting way about how I worded this is I didn't just ask people to say whether you still believe or you lost faith, but I said, if you really, really, really believe, retweet this. This is one of the most viral tweets I've ever had. It's a very simple tweet, but it got 72,000 impressions already. It got 4,199 votes with 3 hours left, and got 399 retweets, 25 quote tweets, and 377 likes. 82% of people who answered this survey said that they still believe in PulseChain, even though it went all the way from a 0 value airdrop all the way up to a 2.5x sacrifice rate. And then it's dropped all the way down to a 0.8% sacrifice rate. So we are experiencing a major dip, and I've already seen some people are getting a little bit moody. They're not hitting the like button and the share button as much. They're not validating that like button and tapping the bell notification, right? People's sentiment is not in euphoria. It's not at all-time highs. However, as far as I can see it, and maybe I'm just in a good mood this week, but I think there's still a lot of people believing. And so I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know if we need some kind of crazy capitulation event or if it's straight up from here. But I find this information extremely valuable. I mean, 10% of the people who voted, 4,000 people, 10% retweeted it. I mean, that's insane. And just the amount of impressions and everything really tells me that we have tons of strong believers out there. Now, is that enough? Is believing the same as being able to hold as the price goes up? Just because people believe doesn't mean that the prices can go up. Will people keep buying the dip, or are many people saying that they believe but they're still going to sell? Only time will tell. But I really, really, really love just the format of this survey and what it's telling me. I was kind of shocked because the sentiment overall was telling me maybe 60 or 50% of people were still believing or enthusiastic, or they would respond. And certainly this survey got people to participate, got people engaged. That's really interesting to me. And again, I don't know if this tells me that we have more pain ahead, or maybe some of the pain's behind us, or maybe belief and pain aren't completely linked, but we'll have this as a data point moving forward, right? So that's kind of cool. I'll share the link in the live stream chat while we're at it. Good to see everybody in the chat. I'm gonna get to your questions here. You going live summoned an RH tweet? Are you kidding me? That sounds cool. That might be true or maybe not, but I guess I will go look. Everybody loves a live update, live reaction video. You didn't say Maddie sucks, or that I don't have legs or something. Okay, 13 minutes ago. Yeah, I've been streaming for 15 minutes. Boom. Okay. I'll share my screen again. We will break this down for everybody. We'll get my live reaction. I know that's all you want. Okay. So it says, Richard Hart, earning 23.8% APY currently, the PulseChain mainnet validators are 100% publicly operated. 134 billion Pulse has been burned. That's awesome. That's really cool. And then it says, to become a validator, you can go to launchpad.pulsechain.com. Really sweet. I'm going to do this. I have a bunch of Pulse. I love Pulse. I want more Pulse. I don't care if the price goes down, then I get to buy more. I don't care if the price goes to the moon. That would be, actually, I would care. That'd be really awesome. But being able to earn trustless APY, I mean, I didn't really want to emphasize this too much because I do have a little bit of dry powder left that I've scrounged up. Like every time you think you're out of dry powder and then the price of Pulse goes down, then you get to really learn that you actually maybe have a little bit more dry powder here and there. All right. So people are getting 23% APY. So I definitely want to be one of those people. But imagine the force multiplier effect of like 10% of the supply of Pulse being burnt, even before the network has become as popular as it could be in the future. I think this is incredible, incredible, incredible pumpamentals just because people aren't seeing it in the price. The reason you're not seeing it in the price is probably because a bunch of whales got a 2.5x multiplier. So if the price goes down 2.5x, if the price goes down 25%, they're still break even. And when it was 2.5x higher, they were in really great profit. And so no wonder they took profit. But I would also assume that that's probably one of the reasons why, maybe it's why Richard isn't streaming yet. Maybe he won't stream, right? That's always a possibility. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's a much brighter future. Whether Richard does it or the community does it, either way. Look, I'm planning a bunch of really cool meetups. I got some really cool stuff on the horizon. So, and that seems to really bring people together. I have had over 100 channels collaborate before on a single conference. So do you think I'm going to let this whole summer get by without having a giant meetup conference combo? Absolutely not. And I'll probably be announcing the details of that in the next 2 days, which on Tuesday, I announced that I would be doing my coaching announcement within 2 days, and I nailed it. I posted it the next day. So look, it's really hard to make a meetup and a conference and to get everybody organized, but it's actually really fun and impactful. And I think it helps all of us, and it shows the strength and the decentralized nature of the community. So I'm happy to do it again. And I can't wait to tell you the details of the next meetup conference. Super pumped. Let's see. Got a link to my new coaching, ifthen.coach. Oh, here's a good one. There's only like 1,050 people who get my daily updates on Telegram. And it's a really, really, really good channel to participate in. It's called t.me/smartvaultme. And pretty much anything I'm ever thinking or tweeting or YouTubing about, you're going to find it all there in one place. That is where I go to give my alpha at the instant that I think of it. So anybody who's not taking advantage of my free daily alpha in t.me/smartvaultme, get out. Get out of here. And then allmylinks.com/ALLin is like a collection of everything I've done. BC, first comment. There you go. Mr. Anderson, good to see you. Shell Fox, J Pond, T. Dot, Dgen, what is up? Rect Angle, and we're live. Prospector, Beep Beep says Hex Hammer. Peace, pulse, and prosperity to all of you. Hex Ninja, what is up? Some people didn't even retweet it yet. The survey that we had up where you could prove that you believe by retweeting. But I see like 15 people just retweeted it. So yeah, good job. Getting it out there. It's a good time to buy. That's what I'm thinking, Hex Fetty. Blood in the streets. I am in the best good mellow mood ever, says SMO Spider. Lies beneath the truth. Good survey. Thanks for all your knowledge, bro. My pleasure. Hex Daddy B8. We got Sami in the chat. Good to see you there. We love you, Maddie. Great streaming and content. The community metrics are still great. I just made my day 33 video and tweet post. We are now at the elusive day 33 post PLS launch. Pump time ? Well, I totally agree. I was thinking the same thing, that Hex bottomed on day 33. It was 0.00005, which represented a hefty discount from the starting price. Day one FOMO was 0.003 cents, or 0.3 of a penny. Lots of cryptos, as Sami and others have pointed out, lots of cryptos, they dip and then they start ripping higher after they've washed out the weak hands. And day 33 was the bottom for Hex. A lot of other comparable things to PulseChain. So let's say Ethereum, Solana, this and that. I think a lot of those bottomed after 30 to 90 days. So we are in a great accumulation zone. I've still been buying in the past week, and I love the stonk. It's not even a stonk, and I love it. It's called hashtag PLS. Maddie, have you considered having Sami on the stream? Of course I have, and he's welcome anytime. Archipelago, what is up? Yes, bring on Sami. I think Sami has tons of requests from everybody. Coast is live on Ethereum. Hey, we love on-ramps and off-ramps. The 0x Coast team, I had them on the show a long time ago. They did an airdrop to people that was pretty juicy. Traded that for Hex back when Hex was pretty low. So that's cool. What else? I know they got KYC'd, so even though they don't show their face, I think that's pretty cool that they got KYC'd and they have proof of that. Yeah, because, after FTX, you always have to be careful who you do business with when it comes to stablecoins and all that. Not the real Sami. Close enough. He didn't say anything that Sami wouldn't say. Wake Dog. That's weird to say in a live chat. I'll let it slide though, I guess. Don't make it too weird. When meetup in LA? I don't know. Good guess, but that's not where the next one's going to be. And your clue is it's somewhere I said I would do a meetup. And then I had to do Miami real quick because we needed to vampire attack the Bitcoin conference, which we did. Our online viewership was on par with the Bitcoin conference this year. That's incredible because we have so many fewer impressions worldwide. When meetup in Toronto? When will you start a meetup in Toronto? Oh, I think there's a meetup happening in like 2 days in Germany. That's pretty cool. Sticker guy Win was telling me about it. Pascal, the Hex photographer, was telling me about it. So I wish I could make it there. I'm actually going to Italy for the second time in my life, coming up this weekend, and I'll be there for several days. I'm still going to be doing my live streams from there. Is the plan, and really excited about that. So, you know, don't really have a full grasp on the language of Italian, but like I said, I've been there once before, and some people were giving me some helpful hints there on Twitter, so that was cool. Baby doll. That's right. That's what Sami says a lot. Yes, please meet up in Canada. There you go. And if you guys want to make your own meetup, you can post in my group t.me/hex meetup. And that's a really good place to find other people who want to get together. Salud from Texas. Conviction like a mofo. Love thyself is the main priority. Just followed on Twitter, and I believe and retweeted. Hey, thanks, Ram Los, for the follow and the retweet. Really appreciate you. We are back, baby. So literally, I don't get as much FUD as I used to. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Am I speaking too much in the echo chamber? I don't know. It seems like even people outside the echo chamber are like on board with the idea of time pays me. They want to lock up their coins and save themselves from themselves. They want to be able to undo a hack. Literally, so I want to make sure my skin doesn't get too thin. Like, you know, somebody's got to say something hateful every once in a while, or at least get on my nerves a little bit, right? So I made a tweet recently, and I was like, because like Twitter is kind of a joking place. We use it very seriously at times, but I mean, really, it's kind of, in general, kind of a joke. What did I say on Twitter? Pulse had gone from like a 2.5x all the way down to like a 0.8x, and then shot back up to on par with the SAC rate 1.0. And I tweeted, "We're so back," like emphasizing the word "so," which I thought was kind of like a funny thing, because it's like, well, we are back, literally, but also we're so back. It's kind of a meme, and it's like, I didn't know if the price was going to hold, but again, like, I keep the same attitude. Hey, if it wants to go lower, I can keep selling stuff. I can keep buying. I can keep a good attitude. Like, bring it down to 0.5. Bring it down to 0.2, baby. Like, let's go. But I just thought it was funny because I was like, we're back. And some people were hating a little bit. So that's fine. Need a little bit of that every once in a while to keep me honest. What's up, everyone? Hit the like button or get out. That usually brings up the viewership, ironically. You think PLS going to be down for 3 more months and then climb like that after Hex? Climb after that like Hex? Yeah, that could totally happen. Or the world could get hit by a meteorite and then it would be all over. Or we could get a solar flare that makes everything go to 0. Or it could go straight up to like 10x or 10,000x the SAC rate. I have no idea. But yeah, I think it could chop some more. I mean, look, inflation being below the Fed rate now for the first time is pretty cool. Yesterday, the Fed met. They do like a meeting every month or two, and they say what the interest rate is going to be. It's like totally affects how much money is being printed and influences the value of everything like stocks and crypto. And because some people want to be earning trustless yield from the fiat government, and that's called treasury bonds, and other people like earning trustless yield from crypto, that's called Hex. Anyway, the Fed stopped raising, which like raising interest rates is harmful to investments. So that's cool. And they were like, yeah, maybe we'll raise rates another 1/4 point twice before the end of the year. So that'd be like once a quarter. And the market had already priced everything in, so it's like pretty much even. And it's funny how saying we're pretty much even in crypto is like, oh, maybe it crashed 5%. And in stocks are doing just fine. I hear from my stock bros. Good friend Sami, that's right. Oh, well, hey, if it was a fake Sami, I'm sorry that I believed that he was being nice to me, but it's fine either way, I guess. Not fine, whatever. When Sailor all in PLS? I don't know. I think the price has to go much higher before he'll do that. Hey, Maddie, thanks for your help and knowledge. My pleasure, Crypto CPT. Germany is far from Toronto. Correct. Pulse Hex is down for meetups in Toronto. There you go. Which stablecoin would you hold on to while DCAing in with them? I like USDC and I like DAI. DAI. Those are pretty good stablecoins. I don't really like USDT, although I'm neutral on it, or maybe slightly negative. And like GUSD is okay. TUSD, which is like true USD, I've held that before. But right now, kind of like DAI, DAI. It's cool. We need a Hex or PLS community in Toronto. That's right. Twitter is a joke, no doubt about it. Gotta love it though. I vote no beard for Maddie. Well, that's fine. I'm usually keeping it pretty shaven. Hello, all, says Pulse Former. Oh, wait, you're probably trying to thicken my skin. Thanks. Like I said, I was asking for criticism. People got to criticize me on something, otherwise I'm going to be too happy. Oh, they found the God Whale, and she was hacked by her sons? I don't believe that. Rumors. All of you spreading rumors. So we did a show on Tuesday night that was really fun. That went for 2.5 hours effortlessly. It was called Game Theory Gang. We talked about the upside of Pulse. I am really excited about the upside of Pulse. I'm really excited that there's a buying opportunity for myself and others. Okay. Should I say this? I'm going to keep it real, y'all. I doubled my sacrifice for Pulse. I doubled it. I've already doubled it. That's pretty cool to me. I'm excited about Pulse. PulseX is pretty cool. I've got more PulseX than I did when I sacrificed. Well, you know what I mean. So that's cool, but I don't have twice as much PLSX as I sacrificed for. I think they're both good buys. I have more PHEX than I've ever had, and I still hold a lot of EHEX. It's time locked, but these are all great assets. Now the incentive token, I'm still undecided about that. I think it's got really cool. I mean, it's weird that not everybody in the community understands the deflation schedule and all that kind of stuff. But I think there's potential there. I just don't think that the market has discovered the price yet of that. Probably the market has discovered the price of ink the least compared to everything else, because there was no sacrifice for that. Another thing I'll say just off the top of my head, PLSburn.com has been crushing it. They you can follow them on Twitter. You can go to their website. It's definitely on my home screen. There's lots of cool stuff you can do there. You can make a Twitter profile picture that has a PulseChain circle around it. That's pretty cool. They're thinking about buying the domain name PLS.com. I saw that on Twitter today. They're thinking about buying it for $100,000. They were like, hey, who wants to throw in on this? And I'm still trying to buy Pulse. I don't have money like that, but I think that would be really cool if the community ended up doing that. And I know that they do sponsorships or something from what I see at the bottom of their website. So yeah, maybe they will get that website. That'd be pretty cool. So we could have that in the community. Fun fact, Hex.com wasn't always associated with Hex, the cryptocurrency. These 3-letter domain names are really hard to get your hands on because there's only so many of them. Digital scarcity, go figure. And it used to be called hex.win. Before that, it was called bitcoinhex.com or .win. And another fun story, how did Bitcoin Hex get its name? Well, Richard Hart was playing the domain name game where he was just buying tons of domains that associated something else with Bitcoin. So be like Bitcoin green, Bitcoin, lawnmower, Bitcoin, whatever. I mean, I don't know what they were all called, but he's mentioned before that Bitcoin Hex was just one of the random domains that he bought out of, many domains. And of course, Hex, it's a futuristic shape. It is part of the hexadecimal system, which underlies color schemes or random code on the internet, all that good kind of stuff. So, and it's part of the kind of the code base for some cryptocurrencies. So that's cool. Hex. Okay. People still believing in PulseChain, still retweeting it. That's pretty cool. Update on Pulse Hotlist and Pulse Pool something or another and all these other things that people sacrificed for, which means no expectations, and definitely don't DM me about it. But I saw that they updated something on their Twitter a couple weeks ago. Basically, they were saying if you sacrificed for their gambling coin, then they're giving you a refund because it's illegal or something, or it's too much regulatory risk. And then the Pulse Hotlist, they might airdrop you at some point, maybe a month after PulseChain launches or something. So I know some people are asking me about that from time to time, and I'm like, yeah, I sacrificed too. I never controlled any of the keys, so I'm not associated with the project, but at least I can tell you what I know as a speculator or a spectator. Yeah, that one. Starting to feel the calm before the storm. These low prices can't last long. I wish they would get even juicier, but for now, this is pretty good. Hi, Maddie. Have you heard about the Pulse FOMO game? I have not. If you could hold it and DCA only one, eHex or pHex, I vote Beard too. If you can hold only one and DCA only one. I like them both pretty equally. I guess I like pHex maybe a tiny bit more at the moment. But if eHex got super juicy, I would expect it to come back. I mean, what has pumped more? Well, eHex dropped a lot because it was worth more than pHex, and then now it's worth way less. But if you look at what's dipped and then come back up, it's eHex. So hey, that's weird. I think eHex pumped 30% 30% or something from its recent low. Way to go, Maddie. Those that were able to buy so far. Any update on Time Pays Me? Sorry, joined late. Yeah, actually, there's a great update. We have gone to audit now for the second time. And the auditing company that I'm using, they said we get to go to the front of the line. They're going to have the audit back to us by Friday or Monday of this week. So that's like tomorrow or like 3 days from now, 4 days. I'm so excited. This is really cool. Our front end is coming along pretty close to finalized. And this is going to be really special. So you're going to hear me probably do some special episodes about it. Yeah, we will see what the audit says, make sure that there are no problems with the code. And then I'll probably, as we launch, ask more and more people in the community who know how to read code. I'll ask for their input as well. So that'll be really exciting. Look, being able to buy at sub-SAC rates and then being able to time lock for any amount of time, up to 55 years. I'm probably going to do some like 1 year time locks, maybe even some shorter ones, maybe some longer ones. I mean, let's be honest. I'm going to throw a tiny, I'm going to see whatever's like in the couch and then pull it out and throw that out 55 years. I would not recommend doing that with like money that you can't afford to send 55 years into the future. But yeah, that's going to be really sweet. Being able to have a second seed phrase set up so that you can undo a hack in certain circumstances. That's going to be really cool. I'll probably go on a media tour and maybe even get on some major channels that are outside the RH ecosystem. That'd be pretty cool. But being able to time lock any token, like on Ethereum, including Ethereum itself, any token on PulseChain, including Pulse itself, that's going to be pretty cool. I'm super pumped. And then also being able to time lock a certain amount of money and put a label on it and have a password that goes to your behavioral validator to be able to pay yourself to change some behavior. I think that's revolutionary. I went on the Cultivate Crypto show last weekend and they were excited about this whole thing. I mean, whether you're doing the behavior change or just the time locking, you're able to save yourself from yourself. You're able to pay your future self. You're able to DCA out of something and definitely weather the storm of crypto. I need some more supply out before I start buying INC. Wow, I did not know the full story of the domain name deal. Jeez. Yeah, and then somebody gave, I believe somebody donated Hex.com. They probably bought it for a lot of money or something and then donated it. I'm not really sure. But yeah, I don't know how long it was after Hex launched that we got the .com, but it was Hex.win originally. And that domain still works. Go.hex.win. Oh, that also reminds me, if you're going to go.hex.com/stake and it's not working for you on PulseChain and you're tired of hearing about ICOSA, then you can use my front end, which is go.tshare.app. It's a website and it allows you to end your Hex stakes, start your Hex stakes, interact with Hex on Ethereum, PulseChain, ETH proof of work, ETH fair, whatever you want. Schwa says, that's funny. I was flipping domains back when I first discovered Bitcoin in 2010. Yeah, I think a lot of people like the comparison between digital scarcity of domain names and digital scarcity of crypto. I need more money to DCA more. Brother of Chaos, what's going on? That's Johnny Chaos's brother. Unlike Richard Hart's brother, who is not real, Brother of Chaos is real. Fun fact. I always just say time pays me all day. That's right. Time locks is single-sided staking available on PulseChain. That's going to be available on PulseX, we expect, in the future. Although we have no expectations, it's a possibility that is possible. How about that? Always Growing says, hi, Maddie. I love the hat from Hexpo Miami. Keep up the great work. I certainly will. This was donated by Brian Magruder and Rochelle Private Equity, and they might even supply our next meetup, which would be really, really cool. I love these hats. They are awesome. I wear it every day. I could lie and say I wear it almost every day, but I wear it every day. So I'm just going to come clean right now. Look, the next meetup that I do is going to be the biggest meetup of all time. I am sure of it. I mean, I hope it is. Yeah. I think there's a really good chance. I'm going to give it my best shot. How about that? Because you might remember, or you might be new here, I did the first mass Hex meetup. I'm proud of this because it was my first event planning thing ever. 369 people paid. I have receipts. That was the goal. Maybe it was 370, maybe it was 371. Like 369 is a special number in Hex. So I just round down to 369. That's how many people came to the first Hex meetup, the first mass Hex meetup that I did in Las Vegas on June 24th, 2021. Then the Highest of Stakes documentary stole the title from me because they did a meetup that was like 500 people, 450, 500, somewhere in there. And that was in London, and Richard Hart was there. So that's pretty cool. So they stole the title from me. I stole it back shortly thereafter. March of 2022, I did the Hex conference in Las Vegas in person. It was a 4-day event. It was only $369. There were 555 people who paid to come to the event. It's really incredible, really awesome. So that is the all-time high of people who came to a Hex meetup, and that was after the all-time high, but also very far away from the all-time low. Then I did an online, I do an online conference every year for Hex on January 6th through 9th. So I just did the 3rd annual one in 2023, and that had all-time high record viewership. And then we did this little meetup in Miami where, like, I want to say 70 people paid for tickets, and it was at the Bitcoin conference. Miami is extremely expensive. It was in a bear market. People didn't know the PulseChain was going to be out like that week. So, and the tickets were really, really expensive. The hotels were really expensive. Not my tickets. My tickets were $99. The Bitcoin conference was like $700 to $1,000 to attend. So, and they had very low numbers of the people who actually attended. But I'm telling you, this next one, this one that's coming up at the end of the summer, oh my gosh, it's going to be we're going to beat 555 people. We're going to have 600, in between 600 and 666. That's the goal for the next meetup. I'm just going to be honest. How do we see stakes or make a stake on PulseChain? I answered that question without even reading it in the comments, but it's go.tshare.app. That's my front end. I use it myself. Digital scarcity of T-shares coming to a theater near all of us. That's right. Question answered. Thank you. Maddie ALLin, do a meetup in Australia, Melbourne. Yeah, they do meetups there. Talk to the Australian Hexkins. Does the Higher Stakes documentary have a release date yet? Nothing has been announced. We all going to be donating in your future, Maddie. Grazie. Yeah. Hell yeah. Go for 963 people. I don't think we're there yet. I'm trying to be very realistic. I mean, that'd be nice. I could probably pull it off. Yeah. But yeah, and then I don't want to give away all the details of the meetup because I'm going to announce it in the next couple days. So that's what I got for you guys today. Oh, hey, what's up, Jocelyn? Good to see that. Man, do you guys remember when I would do these 24-hour driving? Like I drove, I think 5 or 6 times in 2022, like 24 hours straight. I would always do a Twitter Spaces. Tons of people would join. It'd be really, really fun to be driving across the country and be able to talk to people all around the world who all love Hex and PulseChain and PulseX. Very cool. I'm like not in very good focus today, but hopefully you guys can hear me all right. 210 USD for one t-shirt. You know you want to tell us. Yeah, well, I do. I really do. But part of the fun of telling people, I like to have it already squared away, already planned out. So I'll save the motivation for myself. So, hey, I have a link in the description below for you to get a hardware wallet. Do not sleep on this. You get it for the same price if you just go to the website yourself, but this helps support my YouTube channel. It helps pay the bills for all the things that I'm doing. And so why wouldn't you buy a Trezor from my link in the description below? Please do it now. I have multiple Trezors. It's the only hardware wallet I use, even though I've had lots of different kinds. This is something that you really need in order to have a good amount of security and a good amount of peace of mind in crypto. I have kept a bookmark folder in my Twitter that I'm getting ready to release. Been keeping it for months and months, like 11 months. I've been keeping a list of all of the hacks I've seen and come across, all of the sad, sad stories. And I'm going to make a giant thread when I release Time Pays Me. But one of the things that you'll find in Time Pays Me is that we really, really, really encourage you to set up your second seed phrase as a hardware wallet. So go ahead. I mean, Time Pays Me, it's going to be out possibly in a week and a half. So now if you order today your Trezor, it'll probably get here in a week and a half and you can hit the ground running. You don't want to be sleeping on this. Can you imagine when the price of Pulse goes straight up to the moon and being time locked it's a really good feeling. Trust me. What is PulseChain? It's a copy of Ethereum that has cheaper fees. Yay! Go to PulseChain.com and learn more. How does the recovery work if the Trezor wallet gets taken or damaged? Well, you write down 24 seed words and then you don't let anybody take or damage those. So you might write them down in more than one place, or you might use Shamir secret sharing to split up so that you have different locations. So if any one location is compromised, you can still put together all the words, look it up. Then you can get a different hardware device. Like you can get a new hardware wallet and it'll still work. The words, the 24 seed words will recover the wallet, will recover the funds as long as the seed word hasn't been shared. Yeah, lots of people are making seed jokes. Okay, got it. But that's a great question. Yeah, because if you're putting lots of money on there, test it out first. Write down your 24 words, then reset your Trezor to its factory settings, and then don't type the words into your keyboard because they could get compromised that way, but like punch them into the hardware device itself, which is like an air-gapped computer. It's like a mini computer that air-gaps things. And then prove to yourself that you can restore your funds. Do that with $20 before you put the rest of your money into that address. I would highly recommend learning how to recover your funds so that you know that you've got it set up right. Because you don't want to learn, 20 years from now when your hardware device like gets stepped on by your cat or your pet duck takes it for a swimming lesson or something, and now you realize that you didn't write down your 24 words right or something like that. So test it today. Thanks for streaming so much, Maddie. My pleasure. Consistency is the name of the game. This is the 133rd week that I've had a perfect streak of streaming every Tuesday and Thursday night around 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Can you explain, maybe in a separate video, how to create a second seed phrase using a hardware wallet? Me and a bunch of friends are about 80% clear on it, but feel like we need more details. Okay, so and then you're asking the question about like, is it 12 words or 24 words? So on a Trezor, you can import a seed phrase that's 12 words that you made in MetaMask. And that's a little bit different than creating the seed words on the Trezor. The Trezor only allows you to create 24 seed words. So some people create 12 seed words and they think that that's enough. And like most people think that that's enough. 24 is like a little bit more secure, but 12 is like already so secure that, I mean, it's pretty similar. But if you're generating the seed words on the Trezor itself, it's always 24. Setting up a second seed phrase, I mean, you could already do that with Trezor or with MetaMask or anything. But what Time Pays Me allows you to do is to hold your own smart contract that gives special permissions to the second seed phrase. So that, because in real life, when people are even using a hardware wallet, which is like definitely the way to go, even using a hardware wallet, let's talk about the risks if you don't have a hardware wallet. If you don't have a hardware wallet, let's pretend like you did a bunch of hex stakes and then you get a virus on your computer called the Mars Stealer. And it's like a new virus that happened since Hex has come out. And it can steal all of your crypto without you knowing it, just by accessing your private keys on your computer or phone. Well, that's one way to lose all your crypto. And so that's not good, right? So if you migrated your seed phrase to a hardware wallet, and then you proved that you could access everything, and then you deleted the instance of MetaMask that generated the seed words and was holding the private key on your computer, because you've already proven that you loaded it in on your Trezor, now the Mars Stealer can't steal your stuff because it's kept on a hardware wallet that's air-gapped, basically. I mean, even if you don't get the Mars Stealer, another thing could happen where you click on a malicious front end. So let's say that you're used to going to the website app.icosa.pro or hedron.pro. You like click there every once in a while to like get your free airdrop coins. But let's say that somebody had hijacked the front end and they had replaced it so it looks exactly the same because they copied the code from the front end, but on the back, in the background, they're running different blockchain code that's stealing your crypto. That's another thing that can happen, right? And that can happen even if you're using a hardware wallet. If you aren't reading carefully the code that pops up on the hardware wallet, every time you click it. Most people, they just click it a bunch of times, like, oh, it's the same as always. Like, and so even though your crypto is being protected from like the Mars stealer and stuff, you could possibly still lose some of your crypto, even if you're using a hardware wallet, if you're approving things without being able to read the code. So with Time Pays Me, if somebody's trying to withdraw your funds, you could see it because there's a 7-day withdraw period, and it's like on the blockchain, so it's public. So let's say you clicked on something, or you interacted with a malicious front end. For them to steal any of your coins, they would have to request a withdraw, and then you'd have 7 days to go in and switch the ownership to your second seed phrase that you set up using the Time Pays Me front end. And then you can steal the vault back. So I'll do a bunch of demos of that, and I'll show you exactly how to do it when the time is here. Pulse Police, it's out there too if one likes to visit there to get help. Yep, I'm gonna put Time Pays Me to the test with Pulse Police. Risk management is numero uno. Understand your relationship with the seeds. Keep up the good work, Maddie. Always look forward to your live streams. Hey, thanks for tuning in. HexPert Staker. I sacked for PLS and PLSX, so free copy on PulseChain at initial $0 value. Should I keep those in a separate wallet from future coin buys? I'm thinking tax reasons since $0 value for sack coins. All right, I'm not a tax advisor. I don't know where you live. Some people would say that if you move your coins, that's a taxable event, but I don't know that to be the case. Because if you're only moving your coins from one of your own addresses to another address, I mean, I don't think that's a taxable event, but I don't want to be wrong or tell you wrong and then you get in trouble. So you have to do the research yourself. How about that? But in terms of security, I like your idea of using different wallets for different things. And if you're swapping degen coins, definitely do that on a separate wallet from your main stack, your HODL stack. And use a hardware wallet. If you're not using a hardware wallet, get one. I've got a link in the description below. I have a separate hardware wallet for each of my main accounts that I had to migrate because it was created on MetaMask. And then I have separate hardware wallets for ones that I created on the hardware wallet itself. Oh, you're live. Thought it was a recording for a second. I don't really do recordings. So if you see me, I'm probably live. I mean, I might do one, or I might start making like 5-minute videos just to talk about my coaching, talk about Time Pays Me, stuff like that. But for now, you get me every Tuesday and Thursday night live. Thanks for the clarity. My pleasure. Maddie, would you be okay to share your personal stats on the live views, general views for your videos pre and post Pulse launch? Are they up, down, or sideways? I would say sideways in general. Viewership went down with the price of Hex. So when it was like the all-time low, not the all-time low, when it was the recent low around the first of the year, my views were barely reaching 1,000 for each video. Then the Hex conference, the 3rd annual Hex conference happened, and it's still been 6 months. And my conference was the last time Richard did a live stream, and he streamed for multiple hours. That got tons of viewership. That got the most viewership it's ever gotten. But some of the 48-hour live stream that I did actually did better than that 4-day online Hex conference. So that's really cool. So that happened just a month ago. But it's been super consistent since the Hex conference with the price going up and stuff. I mean, you've seen me getting really consistently between like 2,500 and 4,000 views. Now, there have been times where something crazy was happening and I got a bunch of special guests on. We broke maybe 10,000 views, which is very unusual. Broke that when I had Access Live and Funding Gym and Tangent on all at the same time, and done some different collabs there. But yeah, just look back over the weeks. It's been really consistent for the past month or two. It's been about 3,000 to 3,500 views per video. And these are not like TikTok views. These are not 10-second views. It actually, the view doesn't count unless it's 10 seconds. Is it 10 or 15 seconds you have to watch on YouTube for the view to count? And then on average, people are watching these videos for like 25 to 30 minutes, which is insane. Most people don't stay engaged that much. And the fact that I have such a low subscriber count on YouTube, it's only like 12,000, and I'm getting 4,000 views per video is just nuts. And I think it's because people are time locked, and Hex is different than every other cryptocurrency and every other topic. I feel like I need to ask detailed questions to completely understand, but maybe not on your live stream. I don't want to hijack your stream with a bunch of security questions. Do you answer Twitter DMs? Usually not. This is literally the best place to ask me questions. I'm here every Thursday night. You're cool with beard or without. Do you know any of the Hex meetups in Missouri or anywhere close? Yeah, we went to St. Louis back in late 2021 with Crypto Sparbach. There's going to be July 23rd and 24th. There will be a meetup in Chicago and then in Johnnystown in Michigan. That's about 2 hours away. And that's going to be a really, really, really fun meetup. I would strongly recommend that. Probably should have had that angle all along. Demos would be awesome. Thanks. If I add up all my PLS, PLSX, Hex copies, I'm really not down that much. That's cool. Congrats. I took my Hex copy and put it into PLS, PLSX, and have my PHEX staked. Not really down that much. Everyone needs Maddie's therapy. Hey. Peeps are tripping, and I was as well. Adding to the copy helps peeps understand. Yeah, lots of fun out there. That's fun. So, yeah, looking forward to a lot of stuff coming up here. We've passed the hour-long mark. I have a lot of work to do with getting the word out about coaching, getting Time Pays Me through its audit, and getting it launched, hopefully in the next week and a half. Announcing the next major meetup that's going to break all the records. That's going to be really exciting too. So follow me on Twitter. Follow me at t.me/smartvaultme. Order your hardware wallet today. Today is the day for you to order your Trezor. In the description below, hit the like and subscribe button. Keep smashing the retweets. We've done like 20 more retweets, and we're very close to 420 retweets here. We're 3 retweets away for you to prove that you still believe in PulseChain. I just dropped the Twitter link there. So what can I say? 80% of people believe, and be watching to see where it goes from there. So let's see. You know what we say at the end. Until next time, my friends, stake wisely and peace out.
It's from Maddie ALLin of Hex Therapy.live. I like Maddie. Maddie tries to make the world a healthier place. He's a mental health professional. He's done research. Big videos on sudden wealth syndrome. There's nothing that a human being can do better than try and heal his fellow man.
Maddie ALLin's got that covered. He does emotional, feel-good, mind management, emotion stuff, like, as his gig, because he's a therapist. That's what he does for a living. Like, he helps heal people.